In this video, let's finally talk about choosing the best skydiving container for you. I'll give you 4 tips about when to buy your own container, whether you should buy new or used, and more. Let's go! What's up, Skydivers? It's Catherine from Skydive Vibes, sharing the passion of skydiving and helping you become better and safer skydivers. So if you're new here, consider subscribing not to miss our weekly videos all about skydiving. As a new skydiver, at some point you'll be looking at getting your own skydiving equipment, and a major piece of it is, of course, your skydiving container. There are multiple brands and manufacturers that are offering great skydiving containers. Now, how can you choose the right one for you? Well, my goal is to clarify everything for you in this video. First thing to consider: when is the best time to start looking at getting your own skydiving container? First, I would recommend to wait until you are off your student status. So until you get your A license, do not think about buying major equipment like your skydiving container, because you are still in progression and you have the opportunity to still rent student gear. So do not think about that up to your A license. And still, even though after that, you want to keep progress in your skydiving skills, in your downsizing progression, because yes, as you'll gain more experience, more skills, you are most likely to downsize your canopy sizes. And since the skydiving container needs to fit the canopy sizes, well, make sure that your canopy size progression stabilizes before considering buying your own skydiving container. The second thing you may be asking yourself is buying new or used? That is a great question, because we all know skydiving gear can be expensive, and most of the time we should keep our money to actually jump and practice and get experience in the sky, more than having the latest of the latest in terms of skydiving gear. So asking the question, should I go new or used, is a great question to ask, and especially if you're starting out in the sport. One of the pros of going the new route is that your skydiving container will fit you like a glove, that's for sure. In some situation, having a skydiving container that is not properly fit to you may affect your skills and your skydiving progression. So that's why going the new route, it's a sure way to make sure that your gear fits you and stays in place while you're flying. On the cons side, well, it's an expensive option to go towards. The pros of looking for a used skydiving container is that, of course, upfront you're gonna pay less, but you still have to make sure that you inspect it, that it's in great shape, not too old, and that it fits you properly. So do not hesitate to try it on. Make sure that you can tighten it enough on yourself. Have a rigger or an experienced skydiver look at the fit, making sure that you are doing a great purchase. And of course, again, you still have to check for the canopy sizes that will fit in that container. You really want to respect the level you are at to avoid rushing to downsize and avoid putting yourself in dangerous situations just because it fitted in your skydiving container. Third thing to consider: what types of skydive are you looking to focus on? Not all skydiving containers are made for all skydiving disciplines, and here I'm mostly talking about free flying, which is disciplines where you end up flying in various orientation, then belly to earth, and that puts your container in relative winds that are in any direction possible, and so you got to consider the design of your skydiving containers. For that matter, make sure that you ask the right questions, make sure that you tell them the type of skydive you want to do. You want to do free flying? Perfect. Then you need to check for a free fly friendly skydiving container. Fourth element that I want you to consider: even though there's a big brand in your area that everyone's wearing, make sure to try them on. Try the local brand that everyone jumps, but also try other brands out there, because they do not fit all the same in terms of design, in terms of sizes in your back. Let me give you an example. You'll see that some brands are long and thin in terms of skydiving backpacks, skydiving containers. so that could fit you or not. There are some that are thicker but then shorter, and I've seen this situation where a skydiver was looking at a certain brand, they liked everything about it, but when he tried it on, well, since it was a little bit thicker and shorter, he wasn't able to grab the handle. So that's a big point to consider. So it wasn't a matter of fit for him, it was a matter of the design of the container. And so he decided not to go with this specific brand because it wasn't a good fit for his body type. So make sure that you try them on and make sure that you're comfortable, that it fits your body type and also your flexibility. Another point I would say from my personal experience, do not always focus on the brands that everyone's talking about at your drop zone. I know that word to mouth is very powerful, but by looking outside of what I was used to see on my drop zone, I found really a gem for me. I'm really in love with my own skydiving container. I've been watching them even before I started Skydive Vibes. I was curious about their design and the fact that they were bringing some new design features to the table. That led me to further dig down and learn about this skydiving container, the curved container from Rigging Innovations, now powered by Sunpath. I was very impressed and decided to go with them, even though in my area there's a lot of UPT containers out there. So it's always interesting to open our considerations and find some good gems. Alright, so that was 4 elements that I wanted to discuss with you, share with you, so that you better understand where you should be looking at and what type of decision you need to make to choose the right skydiving container for you. So again, thanks a lot, skydivers, for watching this video. By the way, I'd like to know in the comments, what is the skydiving container brand that you are actually jumping or like the most? Let me know down below. For me, of course, you already know it. It's the Curve from Rigging Innovations. And on that, as always, keep jumping, stay safe, and blue skies.